What's up guys, my name's Liam. I wanted to do a really quick follow-up video. I did a Finalmouse ULX update on the first copy I had here. I'll go and put a link in the description down below in case you haven't watched that yet. But I did get the recent, I would guess you call this the 1.5 batch version. This is not the second batch, but this was the second half of the first batch where they did actually apply some changes. So I just kind of want to update you guys with my thoughts and opinions on the 1.5 batch. I did actually receive this last week. I decided to use it all throughout the weekend, get some good play into it, see if there was any changes, and there was slightly a little bit, but we'll go ahead and go over the differences here. But starting out, I just want to go ahead and say that I do feel like the 1.5 batch for me has been pretty much almost a night and day difference compared to the very first one that I did receive. And I'm not sure if I had some type of material inconsistencies on this first batch, but I just felt like all around in certain areas it did feel a lot weaker. Coming over here on this one, you still get a little bit of play and bend there, but for whatever reason the top shell on this 1.5 copy, it just feels just like the material is a lot more solid and a lot more consistent. And when it comes to the overall build quality, I must say when gaming with this, when you're actually holding it, if you grip it from the middle, I didn't really notice too many issues. It all around felt much more solid, a lot less play. I wasn't getting like the shifting or anything like that on this that I noticed compared to the first copy. Let's go ahead and go to the bending here on the frame. I do kind of feel like there is just still a very minimal amount of play here on the shell, but honestly it's nothing that I really noticed in game on the rear of the mice. You do get it kind of rubbing against this back shell from time to time, and you can hear like some little popping noises or something like that, but honestly nothing that is too bothersome or that I noticed that much when I was really focusing in game. So all around, this feels much better. It feels much more solid. I've had a much better experience with it. There is still one issue, however, that I did want to bring up. Let's demonstrate my grip. I do hold it like this. I still am getting some squishiness up here in the front, and I'm going to show you some different angles and gripping it. And before you guys say like, oh, why are you holding the mouse like that? Just understand I'm just doing this purely for the sake of the camera. And yeah, this can be over exaggerated a little bit, but I'm just trying to demonstrate to you guys exactly what's happening. And the bed on the front, it's so squishy up here. Listen to that. You do actually activate the front side button if you're to grip hard enough. Now, this isn't something that really happened to me when I was in game, but if you just push in right here, see all that flex towards the front piece? How easily bendable the front of this is. I do feel that movement up there myself personally, and they did address a lot of these issues, and so they're going to be adjusting them. I didn't see any notice of the front cage or anything like that, so hopefully that's something they do get addressed in the future. But I would say that once they do tighten up this front portion of the mouse, for me, they already did say they're tightening up the buttons, so that's good. That it will probably be all around a much more solid experience for me personally anyways, in the way that I do grip the mouse. And the one last thing I want to demonstrate here is what I did notice is there's like kind of this center beam right here, and I feel like it's almost kind of like a support bar. So when I was holding it, I did notice that there's some like movement and flex on this piece right here, and if you were to get in here and squeeze it, as you can see right here, it just is lifting up. And what I did notice, I was playing around with this, if I were to hold this piece down and push on it, the sides right here are still a little bit squishy, but it does give it a lot more stability and a lot more support towards the front of the mouse when you don't have all that shifting and movement right there up in the front. And again, same thing over here on this first copy, and actually I do feel like it's a little softer and a little worse right there on this first copy. So but all around, I am really looking forward to the changes. I will update you guys as soon as I get my first copy back from being RMA'd.